Well, we made some changes because the roof originally was sheet metal, a tin metal roof was built and it was replaced by a cedar shake roof. One was replaced by another taft roof, and then when the insurance policies changed, the roofs also had to be changed to metal. So that was changed to a metal roof. And then in 1976, the roof was replaced once again with a cedar shake roof, what was replaced once again in 2003 with the current metal roof. It's better because it holds up better and you don't have as many problems with it.
Have you done any work here in the...
Yes, I have replaced the entire window over there. So the window panes and the actually window itself is the same, but the frame around is all replaced.
Oh, okay. Was it like rotting out?
Yeah, we had carpenter ants in there that were not doing a good job.
Are the windows essentially original where you just replaced the panes, or did you have to modernize them at all?
No, none of them are modernized. They're basically the same they are. Okay. So basically what I had to do over there is just put a whole new frame in that was 6 by 6 inches square.
Okay.
So that was pretty massive.
Now, is there I see, like, is that a protective?
It's just for the noise mostly, and then a little bit for the cold air, especially in the winter.
Oh, okay. So is that just like plexiglass? Or
yes,
it's
a lot of draft, actually, because it's single pane windows. So in here I modified a few windows of extra window sills, little lats on the bottom for draft, mostly in this part. So here I didn't do a whole lot. And one thing what's in here is this box, made out of the original roofing boards from the meeting. Yeah, so the boards were coming in between rafters together. They had no support, so they all cut out, and then new boards were put in. So these were a couple of the cutouts. So I made the box out of that.
And then what is the box for?
Just for anything. Usually people put in if they like to become a member. They put a request in here. This is also 240 years of paint. It is 6 layers of paint. So every 40 years the building gets painted.
Okay.
And then some of the original nails we found. So, and this is a talking stick, what was a donation. And those are pegs which are supposed to go in the middle, since the boards in between the two rooms move up and the panels move up and down. They can be opened up to the one big space.
So if you have an event where there's a lot of extra people, then you can...
Open it up, yes.
Really? Can you open it up and...
How easy. That side was originally the women's side, and this was the men's side. And once a month we have a meeting, that's what I call a monthly meeting. The sides were opened up after, and then things were discussed.
Do you do a joint meeting now? Or?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. When did the separate men's and women's meetings sort of...
I'm not sure when that ended, but that site was remodeled in 1976.
Oh, okay.
And that site then looked identical to this site.
Oh, okay.
So until that time, maybe it was done like that, I'm not sure. I have to ask some other people to be sure about that.
Well, that's interesting, because I didn't know that the men and women ever met separately. You know.
They have a long history. But the Quakers were actually the first ones who gave women voting rights and had the first school for blacks, and this was right outside here 3 years now. So in this room I did a lot of alterations.
So then this used to look like that.
The kitchen in the bathroom was added in 1976.
Okay.
And this was just an open space, and I built that a couple months ago, and then I built this one a couple weeks ago. So they just got done, this is not painted yet, the books are in it. So this books, and the other side is a coat rack. And what I wanted to do is keep the little bench so the bench would fit on the inside. Those doors are made from the old doors who were originally up front. So those panels, I had to cut them down a little bit, but the original panels from the doors. You
do a lot of creative repurposing of the materials here.
Yeah, and then the drawers are made from the original wood that came out of this side of the savings. So there's also an attic up here. So, and I took the wood, I sanded it down, planed it down, and then made the drawers out of it. And like Quakers do not do holidays.
Okay.
Because every day is a holiday, every day is a year, a day, you know, and you live your life as that. So this is an influence of the strong Christian community, and
Right.
even though it's Christian based, we try to get away from old names and everything else. So
Right.
usually Sundays is called first days. You know, this is the first day of the week. And then when we had midweek meeting, you know, this is the fourth day. So usually when we have meetings with a concern for business, because it's never a business meeting, it's always a meeting for worship with a concern for business. And then we try to have that meeting in a worshipful style. And so everything gets its time and it is being thought about and thought through. And anybody who stands in the way, you know, has the right to do so if they don't like certain ideas. And you can stand in the way till the day they die. And then as long as someone's standing in the way, something will not happen until the person either decides to get out of the way or moves to another meeting or dies.
Like with the garden backyard, the cleanup, people weren't sure what they wanted to do, so it sort of organically evolved.
Yeah, and actually how that went about, it went really well, much better than we expected.
How was the yard before this? Was it like completely overgrown, or was it just that it was really rugged?
It was really rugged. A lot of things we see nowadays were not here to begin with. All the trees were completely to the ground, so there was a lot of hiding places, and there probably still are. And it was just more overgrown. So things, and then also especially the whole front yard. None of this was here. I built this too. The door, but we had no ramp to it. So put that in. That's how. And this was not here. None of the structures. It was all grass and overgrown. And then we actually have three very dedicated women who transferred, as you see it now, and it's been such an improvement.
Local, the Pennsylvania plant life that you were talking about on the website?
It's all Pennsylvania based. There's all native plants.
That's beautiful.
So, and then native plants do better. They don't have that many weeds. They're much more resistant to the environment.
Right.
And it is a much better choice. So twice a week to usually come in and do weeding and cleaning up. At least 1 or 2 women here care of things. Yeah, and then originally we had a wall in front of the weeding and a fence at one time, and then another gate put in and removed over time. So we have figs, the fig trees right next to it, and then and no one actually eats them. Cherry tree that has really good cherries on it. See, with Quakers, you usually don't tell them what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. So everybody's more individual. And we don't have families for the main reason we usually don't have good child programs. And we have plans to build a new building over here just to do that, so we can have, because when there are children next door to us, you know, from the meeting, it's just not enough separation for them to do really what they want to do, and then to be quiet enough not to interrupt the other side. And in the summer they can go out, but in the winter, you know, it's kind of hard to do.
Right. So then the kids kind of come out and play, or does someone have like a little teaching time with them? Or?
Yeah, there's usually a little teaching time involved. If kids show up.
Do you stay connected with the other meeting houses very much?
Yeah, we have a quarter. Every 3 months you have a quarterly meeting, and then they're all put together. There's 7, or maybe 8 now. There was 1 on the brink. And then you get all together, talk about what each other's doing, what each other needs, and what's going on within the meeting. So you have a report would bring out at that time, and you read your reports in front of the other meetings. So everybody kind of keeps up to date.
So it's sort of a way to stay connected.
Yeah.
Do you ever do joint projects?
We have, yes. Actually, a Redlands meeting right out of Newberry, when you go towards Harrisburg, we did, all the meetings came together and painted that in about 1 day. And I think there was just another project done, another meeting, all collectively.
If we're looking at the graveyard, I'm assuming you're not adding any new...
No.
It's a small space.
Well, we really have, I think, 253 people buried here.
Really?
Yes, you stand probably right on top of one right now. The landscape goes like that. And originally, there were stables on this side along the wall. And that's why we want to have a building on that, because we know there are no people buried over there. And then there was for your horse and buggy to come in, and was a big around loop around here, so you can come in,
Yes.
unload by the higher steps, walk out, and then stick your horse and buggy in the.
Do you know, has anyone documented any of the unmarked people?
Yes. Oh, because those were all over the place. So I think in the late 70s they were all picked up and put in one spot. So it really doesn't mean that
So they're not all there?
Oh no. A lot of them were vandalized and stolen. And so we do have a map where they are buried and who it is.
Do you have a lot of people come to you for genealogies?
Several times it has happened, yes.